brand new to cooking or you're just sort of getting into it and you're learning really all the different knife cutting and all the different skills, today's show will go through everything that you need to know if you're just starting out and help you feel more comfortable in the kitchen. I have Emily, my sous chef, here with me today, and really she's been my sous chef for everything we've done in life, not just cooking. So I thank God for her, and she is really good in the kitchen, and I think a lot of it has been because we've cooked together.
You've taught me.
Many holidays, many things over the years, haven't we?
Yes, it's been fun. You've been a great teacher.
Well, thank you. But our husbands will be here.
That's a true test.
And they're truly beginners. So they'll be joining us and we'll be learning all sorts of great tips and tools to help you in the kitchen getting started. So we're gonna make a chopped salad. So we're starting with some romaine lettuce here. And there's no really right or wrong way to cut lettuce. A lot of times with a knife, there's a lot of neat tricks you can do. You just wanna cut it down and cut it through. So I'll add some of the lettuce to the bowl. And Emily, I'll have you start on the dressing.
Sure.
So we're gonna make almost like an Italian dressing. And you might think that it sounds intimidating to make your own dressing, but it's so easy because you just put everything in a mason jar. So I'll have you start with 2 tablespoons of oil.
Okay.
Now I use avocado oil, and is that what you use at home, Em?
Yes.
Avocado oil is great because you can use extra virgin olive oil, you can use vegetable oil, canola oil. You'll see all of those in the store. But avocado oil is my favorite because it cooks at really high heat. So
it's also good for you.
Right. So in this case, we're not cooking it, so you don't really need to worry about how high the heat is. But it's nice to have in your kitchen because you can use it for cooking or for things like salad dressing. So 2 tablespoons of oil.
Okay.
And then a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar.
Which I love the smell of and the taste.
Yes. And balsamic is a really great dressing additive because it's kind of tangy and it has a nice
sweetness too.
To it. And so it really adds to the salad dressing. Then we have a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning.
I like the idea of making your own dressing just because you know what's in it.
Yes.
I mean, they add so many preservatives and additives that are just not necessary.
Yes.
So it's a clean way, and you can make your own amount. So I love that you use a mason jar, which stores it nicely in the fridge.
Yeah, and you know, you can even blend up your salad dressing in a blender, and that's another really easy tip. But I just like putting it in a mason jar, and that way you can shake it up.
Okay, and I also added a 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic to this.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you can just shake that up. Then I'm gonna cut the apple, and a really simple way to thinly slice your apple is by cutting around the core. So I cut down one side, I'm gonna cut down the rest on the other side, and then I'm gonna just work with a flat surface. That's what you always wanna do when you're cutting. You don't want to really, you know, do it when it's wobbly like that, because you can cut yourself. So always cut with things flat. Now for Brussels sprouts. Do you cut raw Brussels sprouts?
I have never bought raw. I've only bought frozen. So I'm interested in seeing this.
Yeah, so frozen is great, but for a salad, obviously, you don't want to use frozen. So you just cut it down the middle, and of course wash them first, same thing with the apple and the lettuce. Cut it down the middle. Again, you have a flat surface then. And a lot of times, what I'll do is I'll take the rough edges off. Now you don't have to do this because we're cutting them so thin that you really won't notice the rough edges, but if you take that outer leaf off, it just makes for more tender Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
So you take that outer leaf off, you just cut it down, and you keep the knife tip on the cutting board, and you just move the Brussels sprouts. So you're not moving your knife. And then we have some nuts, and you can use any kind of nuts on this salad. I have pecans, but almonds would be good, walnuts would be good. And then we have some cooked bacon. So you just cook your own bacon up, or you could always look for bacon bits or the pre-cooked bacon to make it easy. And then I have feta cheese. Now you could use any kind of cheese for this salad, but I like feta.
Me too.
It's salty, it goes good with the apple.
And this will store well until you put the dressing on. So you could just keep this in your fridge till you're ready, right?
Yes, definitely. So then we can add the dressing now if we're gonna eat it right now, or you can always add it later if you made the salad in advance. So you shook this up, you can shake it up just before adding it again.
It's pretty. It's a pretty salad.
And then we'll just pour the dressing over the top and we'll give it a toss.